the topic, what I interested to explore, kind of continuation of the 5 aggregates and how we may practice it, how we may derive some benefit from this vipassana exercise in a way. And the best, maybe the most direct practical instruction what we can find in Satipaṭṭhāna Sutta. We have a section about 5 khandhas, 5 aggregates, what's subject to clinging. And we discuss it a bit, and just to remind you that we speak about that 5 things what self cling to be as my or me. So where I cling as a self, where I identify with things, where I think it's my, and it's about body, feelings, perception, sankhara, volitional formations, and consciousness. So just for now it's a small overview in a way. And the Dhammanupassana section, it speaks about simple practice, and it says like, those its form, iti rupam, those form appear and those form disappear or vanish. So that's a section of one khandha. Then the same repeat for feelings, perception, volitional formations, and consciousness. So, and that's it. Like, this is a instruction, practical instruction for meditation related to 5 aggregates. But it's already a lot, like in this small kind of instruction, because, okay, if we speak about form, first we need to identify what form, physical form, I take usually as a self or as my form. Because, like, I don't take this cushion to be a self, or this wall, or even Buddha Rupa. With Buddha Rupa, I might take as my Buddha, you know, it's like, it's also close. But for more basic exercise, where to start, better to take form what I take as really my form. Not even my relative, my son, like it's a second step, I would say. But the most things what we identify and attach, it's this physical body. And if something happening with this physical body, it's become old, we attach to it, we identify, and of course we suffer. Yeah? If I say that I am become old, not my body, not even my body, just body. The body become old. It's one sentence, yeah? And I become old, yeah? I'm going to die. So of course it's different perception, and people suffer, I mean, everyone suffer. So the link between identification and suffering, it's good to have this link in mind and understand it, why Buddha speak about identification and why identification is something we need to challenge. It's not that only Arahant will abandon it. I mean, of course, it's true, only Arahant will abandon it. But the way to Arahantship, it's a slow and kind of gradual abandoning this sense of identification. It's not that by doing some ritual or puja or some magic or doing even dana only, you attain Arahantship and then you will be free from suffering. You need to do like the practice to understand what quality Arahant have and try to develop these qualities. So it's simple, and what I like about this also, there's no kind of secret teaching or kind of hidden treasure. I mean, of course Buddha's teaching is treasure, but it's not hidden. It's hidden only from understanding. Sometimes we read this and we kind of, it doesn't make sense. But then with the practice, it's a little bit more makes sense, and then more and more. So that's kind of quality of treasure that it's hidden, because yeah, it's on the surface, but it's not easy to comprehend at the beginning. But there's nothing what, in some traditions they have this like, okay, this is kind of deep stuff, and we don't even kind of speak about this. We don't even kind of open at the beginning. Yeah, I mean, the sense of gradual training is definitely there. It makes sense to have like from simple things go to more mature, but in Buddha's teaching everything is open, everything is kind of available for investigation. Okay, so it was about form, yeah? This instruction sense says those its form. So we need to understand what form I take as a self. Just first maybe reflect, okay, like what I take as my body, yeah, as my form. And the answer would come, yeah, this body, this physical appearance. And then how I know this is body. Yeah, okay, this body I take as a self. And even if sometime we don't take it as a self, yeah, because in some, like, there are times when you feel, okay, this body, and there's no much pain there, no much pleasure, neutral feelings usually not much affected us, and you not much identify with this, yeah, like, or there's no mirror, you cannot see your reflection, and you just, okay, this body, yeah, I don't feel strong attachment to it right now. But we speak about, in general, kind of tendency to be attached, just to reflect maybe, okay, right now I'm not much attached, but usually how I attach and why I kind of identify with these things. And once I identify what is this body, what is body, what I need to observe, I kind of continue to observe it, because instructions say like, just observe this is body. And the body we may observe through sensations, it's a more direct way, yeah? Or also we can observe bodies through kind of visual experience. Like I look at the body, yeah? Like, or I look at the reflection and I see it's my form. So also I can feel the body through sense of the posture. You know, sometimes they say that you may know your posture not only by sensations, but by some kind of sense of, yeah, sense of body, but it's not the touching sensation in a way. So whatever way it may be, just know how I know that this is a body, how I like feel the body, how I experience the body. And just continue knowing this, continue kind of have this experience of the body. And naturally, like we don't need even maybe to do something special or extra. The second step would come, because by continuous observing of, let's say, sensations, or most of the time if you meditate with closed eyes, the mostly only way how you can know your body is sensations, because your eyes is closed. And then naturally, after some time, comes the second step. Those is the appearance of the body. You may see that this experience of the body arise. Meaning to say, if it's sensation, I see sensations are changing, yeah, and they arise, and again arise, and again arise in another place, and again arise, and again. So they kind of continuously changing. And then we observe this continuous change of like arising sensation. And interesting, we usually see only arising of things. We kind of, I know that previous experience is gone because I have a next experience. Yeah. So we tend to look for new things, what things appear, arise. We kind of mostly ignorant to things what disappear. We just make a conclusion, okay, they disappear because, okay, now I reflect, it's not there. But the moment when they disappear, it's very difficult to notice, like almost very few people can. That's why the next step and the last step stays those the disappearance of the form. Like very difficult and very subtle, and even the meditators and teachers recommend to not focus at the beginning on this step. This step would come naturally when I observe the body, and I observe the body arising of the aspect of the body, when this like sensation arise, and I do it continuously for a long time. After some time, naturally, with a kind of sharpness of the mindfulness, I will see that exact experience of the body, what I took as myself, it vanished, it disappeared. And I may notice that moment of disappearance. And this actually very insightful things. This is things, why is this meditation so valuable? And in another sutta what we discussed some time ago, they say that this is the only way how to eradicate your mind from asava, from effluence, from defilement. So in other words, to gain enlightenment. This is the only way to see appearance and disappearance of five aggregates subject to clinging. And here again, important things. I took that body as myself, and now I see it disappear. So if something what I take as a self disappear, I mean, how it can be the self? Yeah? How it can, because self usually, or my, it's something what's stable and permanent, and it's not that now I'm exist, and next moment I'm not exist, and then I'm again exist. What is this kind of existence? Yeah, the idea of self have some quality of continuity and everlasting things. These things are, especially the idea of soul. Yeah, like how soul can be impermanent. Yeah, the soul, like it's always there and always joyful and so on. So to challenge this experience, we need to see the kind of vanishing or disappearance of this experience. And some people report it as very kind of frightful experience. That before you had the ground, you sit comfortably on the chair with a cushion even. So like really good, comfortable experience. I'm kind of happy. And then this all gone, like just under me, the floor just crack, like, and in Sutta they say, like, and on the spot he kind of go to hell. So something like this. The experience of solidness just gone. Of course, immediately you would feel like it's frightened, it's like unsafe. So that may happen because we tend to be in comfort with this identity. Because that things what I always know the body, I always know some feelings or perception or whatever. Maybe I was not always like distinguish them. Okay, this consciousness, this perception, these feelings. Distinguishing is come maybe with Buddhist teaching, you have to understand the difference. But in general experience of mind and body, I mean, it's always there. And identification with this body is mine, this mind is mine, this idea is mine. This was always. And if you see that these things, what you identify, disappear, of course it can be frightened for the beginning, yeah, and especially without kind of groundness or theoretical understanding or basics. But that kind of experience of fright, I would call it very close to samvega, they call it in Pali, so sense of urgency. By seeing that these things are impermanent, these things are disappearing, there's no substance or like some solid things what I can identify, you may arouse some effort for practice, arouse some like, okay, I cannot be comfortable anymore with these impermanent things. I need to do something about this. Yeah, I need to apply some effort. And we don't speak about effort where you kind of, shake and like really exert yourself. We speak about just continuity of mindfulness. Then we do our practice regularly and clean our mind from defilements because we know that this is the only way. Yeah, there's no other way rather than really by myself do an effort right now, clean my mind from defilements. Otherwise, no any like magical Buddha come and liberate me or Jesus like save me. So this there are people who helps. There are teachers and like Buddha. We can be very grateful for that he gave us the teaching. But the most of the job we have to do by ourselves. Yeah, like there's no other way. So, and that's why this kind of experience of disappearance of the body, we speak about body, for example, that's things what we would need to like aspire. That's things what we want to have. Yeah, it may be frightful, it may be uncomfortable, but this uncomfortableness lead to liberation of the mind. And then like the feelings of lightness and joy, being in present moment and being with kind of find a way how to be happy with this impermanent nature of reality. That's a happiness what much more lasting. Because happiness was based on pleasant feelings or pleasant experience or like youth of the body. How long it lasts? Yeah, like few decades, and then you kind of okay already like middle age. And after some time, okay, can be considered an old person, But the kind of time is passing. Ask anyone who like maybe 60 or 70, how long was your life? Yeah, like how long was your life? Very short, very fast. Yeah. Didn't even notice. So it sounds like 60 years, yeah, but it's passing. Yeah. So many can be said, and we will explore this topic more. But for now, I wish you explore and see that these simple things. Observe. Start with body. This is a body. What I take as a self, and this is bodily experience arise. Seeing arising of feelings, arising of bodily experience. And this may lead to seeing how things disappear. And that's it. There's simple things. There's no much to say, more to practice.